So we finally bought the game I've been talking about for a few weeks from Gamer Rarities. This is the most expensive game I ever paid for. Let's find out what I bought. Welcome to PS2 Mini Games.
PS2 Mini Games.
Hello guys to an expensive episode of PS2 Mini Games. Yes, as you saw in the intro, we have bought a couple of games from Gamer Rarities. He's been holding this for about a month and a half now for me. This will officially be the most expensive and rare game we own on the channel. This is now rarer than Rule of Rose and more expensive than Rule of Rose. This game I've never seen in person before. It's that rare. I've really wanted to find this for some time. I don't know how Gamer Rarities does this. He seems to find stuff I can't. To be fair, he probably has like avenues, but he always finds things I need and want and helps me out immensely, and we appreciate him here at the channel. Please check out his YouTube channel. Probably going to splice some stuff on the left here. Just going to move to the right so you'll see it. I'm starting to learn things and like editing and what to do. Because I do splice quite a bit of footage in sometimes. You might have noticed. Been going well for the channel lately. As you might have seen, the CX failures from last week, they have now been returned. So we didn't lose any money on that. The games I picked up from Norwich CEX weren't what I call like massively brilliant, but they were needed for both collections. So we're chugging along here at PS2 Mini Games. We're still chugging along. The train has not stopped. It has not been derailed. It's just going at a gentle pace. I don't know if people enjoyed the random garden bits I put in one of the episodes last week. I honestly don't know because that episode has not gone out yet. But if you do appreciate that immensely, you're welcome, because you'd be surprised how many of the people who watch this also have gardens and enjoy gardening. It's called middle age, which apparently I'm rapidly approaching. I'm much more chill / like zen the older I'm getting now. I've already got to that point where it's like things are so much easier if you just take it slowly and think about things rather than just going head first into stuff and going, let's fucking go. Oh, good lord! It must be that when you get in your 30s, it must be just that like, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing now. Dare I say I've like mildly grown up. For those who have been curious about my laugh and those who've been here watching for the last 2 years, yes, my laugh sounds very much like hyenas communicating or Dr. Hibbert from The Simpsons. This comes up every like 3 to 4 months. The vast majority of people love it. There's some people who dislike it immensely. Whatever floats your boat at the end of the day. For those who like it, I appreciate you. For those that don't like it, fair enough. What do you want me to say? I mentioned it before, including doing a secondary collection of the N64 has really brightened my, not so much my morale, but it's given me more impetus now, because between like March and May, trying to find PS2 stuff was getting harder. And it was starting to bring me down, because like, am I starting to hit the metaphorical wall of finding games? It's like, at least it's getting me something to do when I go and shopping, because I was getting a bit sick and tired of like ordering stuff in. And we will do about like a monthly CX roulette, because I do 5 games at a time. Helps with the collection, if you will. But I like going out actually buying it in person. I'm not going to use the phrase in the wild, because I know some people hate that fucking phrase. The amount of YouTubers who use, I must buy it in the wild. It's like, do we all use the same phrases? Can we be a little different to each other? I do love you all, by the way. I'm not going to criticize any YouTubers. We all do the same thing. We all got different like viewers. The amount of us that we've got, there's so many of us. There's got to be these 50 like different gaming YouTubers I know or I've met. There's so many of us. Not including the Norfolk YouTuber League of Retro Gamers. There's like 10 people from Norfolk retro gaming channels. It's hilarious. There's tons of us. I am going to try and record some N64 footage, because I need to... Some of the games from my childhood, I'm going to like show off why I enjoyed them. Go to some PS2 stuff too. Just trying to find the time. But if I do find the time, I am going to do a little more of that, because a lot of people want to see the games I actually show off. And yes, I do play a lot of these games. I really do. Some of these games I'm never going to play again. Some of them are not good. Some of them are fantastic, and I'm going to play the whole game. It's literally just finding a new game. Remember, if it's new to you, you don't know about it. Sounds so stupid, but the amount of people who don't understand that concept. If you've never seen it before, it's new to you. It's just factual. On a side note, I've changed the stands I used to hold my football club games in. I'm now using a little square stand because it's just so easier to organise. And the vertical stand is starting to fall apart. I came from a charity shop, but the plastic is terrible. Where this actually, shockingly well built. And I realised I can actually get all the club games in this rack. So we've gone back to that. We're about halfway with the club games. We've got the vast majority of the 2003, 2004 series, but the 2005 games, that's going to be hard to find. Some of them are actually going to cost me a lot of money, like 20 to 30 quid. They're the foreign games. I'm going to suck it up and buy them, I really am. But that is quite easily manageable. I think there's one club game now that's going to cost me a lot of money. I've got to Google that. I've blabbered on enough. Let's just throw in a small commercial and let's go through the two games I bought. Obviously, one's a really expensive one and one's a steelbook. Find out on the other side.
Recently, we compared two superheroes, Dashing Super Guy and Kirby from Nintendo. In some ways, Kirby lost big. No big hair, no big muscles, no weapons, nothing. All Kirby's got is appetite. Kirby's Dream Land, the thrilling new adventure game on Game Boy. Kirby munches, spits back, and floats, saving glorious Dreamland. He's Kirby, and he packs a mean bite. Kirby's Dream Land only on Game Boy. Game Boy sold separately.
And we're back. By the way, for the N64 room, I now have some slight plans. About as slight as it gets, but I've actually got some plans. We've done some measuring. I've done some mild calculations. I've got the Scott Steiner mathematics out, and we're actually gonna do things. Because as we know, with Scott Steiner, the maths don't lie. But they might spell disaster for me, though. Still my favourite wrestling promo. It makes it so ridiculous from Scott Steiner. Up there with Bret Hart's El Dandy promo. Who are you to doubt El Dandy? Just so deadpan, Bret Hart. But my favourite wrestler, by the way, of all time is Bret Hart. He is, and was, and forever will be the best there is. Anyway, let's get to the two games. On a side note, my favourite wrestler is Bret Hart. He is the best there is, the best was there, best ever will be. I'm not a mark, but when I was growing up, he's such a good wrestler. Fuck you, Bill Goldberg, destroying his career. I love how bitter, not bitter, I love how Bret doesn't let anything go. Still giving out to Bill Goldberg from an injury that is literally 25 years ago. Fuck you, Bill Goldberg. First game, obviously, is a Steelbook game. It's actually in shockingly good condition for Steelbook. Alone in the Dark. I believe it was the new Nightmare, this Steelbook. But this actually is, it's hard to show you really, but this is actually in phenomenal condition for a Steelbook. It really is. First of all, look inside the manual, obviously, the manual and the disc itself. It's in cracking condition. If you're seeing game footage, I've probably gone for the new Nightmare, because I think it's the new Nightmare. Anyway, they said Central Park was for the people. They lied. Central Park was not built as a haven for the people of New York, but for something else entirely. Now the truth can no longer be contained. In one apocalyptic night, Edward Canry must fight the unimaginable to reveal the earth-shattering secret of Central Park. It's where people go to dog. I'm so sorry for that joke. Moving on. By the way, this is the British and German version, because one side's British, one side's German. Apparently, it's an intense story to this. Yeah. Never been a big fan of Alone in the Dark. I thought the series is a little overrated. By the way, the film was awful. The film was just bloody awful. I've forgotten the director. Is it Uwe Bolger? I'll Google it in here. He's a famous director for making flops, but because he gets like tax write-offs, the films actually make money. If you understand what I mean. He made a lot of gaming films. Was it Blood Rain? Oh, that was a terrible film. He somehow finds a way to get decent actors to like act terribly. But the two actor and actresses who starred in that film, was it Tara Reid? Tara Reid, when she was just dog awful. And Christian Slater, I want to say, is the male protagonist. What a pair of terrible actors/actresses. Oh, good lord. I think it's UK Bulgar. I'll put it in underneath, but he's basically a twat. For any American friends out here, that means he's an asshole. Anyway, let's go to the main event. Now, time for the main event of this episode. As stated before, I've had this put aside for me for about a month and a half. Gamer Rarities Dan, big friend in real life and friend of the channel. He's found me some rare stuff. He really has. He found me Wild Arms 5, which probably is one of the rarest games we own. This is rarer than that. He's found me Pro Evo Soccer 2014. Very rare game. This is rarer than that. Rule of Rose, which I found myself on eBay and paid a significantly cheap price for last year, which is roughly what you can be paying now for it. Far rarer than that. I've wanted this for quite some time. I will be playing this immediately after this episode. I present to you Samurai Western. Now, at a CEX, you're going to be paying a minimum of £250 for this. I pay a little more for that, and let me explain why I pay a little more. Firstly, this is just that rare. This is never in stock at CEX. It really isn't. And if it ever was in the last 2 years, it didn't last a day. Secondly, I believe this is just that kind of rare game because this came out in 2005, which is like the mid-age of PS2. So it's not an excuse for it being rare because it was like at the end of the lifespan. I think it just didn't sell that many copies, which is weird because for what I've seen, this looks like a very good game. I might have to Google or put some more information like post episode, or Dave can if you could like Google something, because I would like to know why this is so rare. It's a 505 game, so it's going to be made rather well, and I've heard good things about this. This is the English version, this is the British version. Now, that might sound like normal to you, but actually the British version is even rarer than most versions. The European version is what people usually find, and I believe Dan for this, and Dan told me that someone offered him £100 above what I paid for this game. And Dan said no, because he put it aside for me. So Dan did me a massive favour. Apparently people are willing to pay well above the price of a CX game for this. So I really appreciate Dan for putting this aside for me, Game Rarities. That was a very nice thing for you to do. I usually put things aside if anyone wants something, because that kind of we help each other out. We really do. Dan really finds me some obscure stuff. And this is obviously the rarest, so I can't emphasize how rare this is. Anyway, let's read the back of this. The 19th century, the American West. A stranger makes his way into a sleepy town. This is like a Western feel, by the way. Casual, free-flowing long hair, a large gown-like outfit, and a long, sharp object in place, giggly, of a gun hanging from his hip. He is not a gunman, nor an Indian. His name is Gajuro Kuru. Kuru-chan. Gajuro Kuru, we're going to go with. Kuru-chan. He's a samurai and he's hunting down his brother who has run away from the samurai lifestyle. So apparently you're a samurai entering American Western land. I'm intrigued. First of all, obviously it comes with manual. By the way, the artwork in the manual is actually shockingly good. Like, very good. So, yeah, it's a story, right? I don't know if Reese is the same. No, it doesn't. I'm going to read you the story on the inside. So this is from the manual itself. The 19th century, the American West. Following the end of the gold rush and the construction of the Transcontinental Railroad, a stranger makes his way into Sleepy Town. For those who don't understand what that means, Transcontinental Railroad was when the Americas were first connected from the East Coast to the West Coast. It's such an important thing because you actually theoretically could travel to any part of America and really help the progression of the American nation that we know today. I actually know a shocking lot about American history. Casual, free-flowing long hair. Okay, this is from the actual back itself. Yeah, we'll skip that. His name is Kajuro Kiru. In his homeland, a tiny island called Japan. Japan's not that tiny, I'll tell you now. He is known as a samurai. The gunman at the local saloon, their curiosity getting the better of them, asks a samurai question. What are you here for, stranger? the samurai response to kill my older brother, a straight-laced boy raised at an orphanage, a man who was born only to fight. The battle of two brothers has begun, a battle that only can end in bloodshed. You know what? This is actually very well written. This is actually one of the better. This is one of the best manuals I've ever seen in the PS2. The artwork, the colour, the texture, the actual knowledge, they put some serious effort into this game, and I appreciate them immensely. By the way, this is I believe it's a hack and slash game because you're a samurai, so it's going to be a hack and slash game. It's rare that I actually really look forward to playing a game for a PS2 these days, like a game I never played before. I'm really looking forward to playing this. You have no idea. Good lord. Right, anyway, let's put the manual back. Now, I've seen the disc before anyway. The disc actually is in, like, excellent to awesome condition. There is one, like, scratch, but it's one of those things where it's like, it's not going to affect it. It really isn't. So, this is a phenomenal find for the channel. This officially is my most expensive and my rarest game. That's just factual at this point. And I'm elated. This is in the top 10 most expensive games you'll find at a CEX for PS2. So actually, I now own 2 of the top 10 most expensive games. Obviously, just off the top of my head, the expensive games, obviously we know is Gun Club. And hopefully Dave can spice in some prices. Gun Club, Kuon, Report from Michigan, they're the big 3. Then you've got some games you wouldn't think they'd be that horrifically expensive, but they are. There's an Armored Core game, I think Armored Core Last Raven, which is going up in price massively right at the moment. And I can't remember the others on top of my head, but Dave has spliced in some games that are like, I do not own. Good luck, Dave. Let's say you've been paying attention for the last 2 years. You ain't got the balls to splice in on something I don't own. Actually, you can look on the list, Dave. You got the list, you know. Bitch. Thank God he's one of my best friends. Anyway, that's pretty much it for this episode. Only 2 games gotten. Only 2 games acquired. But obviously the rarest and most expensive game I own. That's a massive win. Thank you for watching. Please comment and subscribe. So in the next couple of days, so we've got a lot of N64 cuts coming up from last level games. I bought a lot. Would you believe I've bought another rarity from Great Yarmouth CEX? So just keep turning up. That's coming up next week at some point. I need to do another price comparison from CEX. I haven't done some in like 2 or 3 months, so I want to see what's gone down for the last episode. Yeah, bearing in mind, since then I've organised all the rarities onto the shelves. That's going to be interesting trying to find that episode. It really is. So there's a lot of stuff I plan to do. Plus, if I do manage to go to the Norwich Game Market, which is very up in the air right now, that's happening. And obviously the Great Yarmouth Game Market at the end of August, that's also happening. So things are progressing once again. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a good day. I'll see you later. Bye.